Winfield.
So South Africa against Australia. There's the South African 7, Krisa, Kruger, Muir, Westhuizen, Williams, Joubert and Badenhorst. And the Australians, Tambua, Burke, Taupiapi, Fenwick, Flett, Campese and the captain, Michael Lynagh. Referee, Ray Megson of Scotland. Little nudge forward from the Australians. The young South African side against the very experienced Australians. Badenhorst in the centre. Chester Williams chasing the kick into the 22. Clive, I think we're seeing the new face of South African rugby here. Young players who look big, strong and fast. A complete change from the players they used in the tests in the summer.
Very much so, John. I've been very impressed with them, and I've just made them my favourites, ahead of Fiji slightly for the Cup itself.
Matt Burke with the throw-in. Tambua takes it, but he gives it straight back to South Africa. Little Dieter Krisa. Krisa gets it away, Chester Williams. The kick's off target. He wanted more of an angle on it than that.
South Africans are very good at making the ball available in tackle situations, John, so that they keep the possession going all the time.
Michael Lynagh just fencing there, looking to see whether he could get away the quick throw-in, but leaves it in the end to Matt Burke. Ili Tambua at the front of the line out. He takes it, but he can only deflect it back into touch. So Dick Muir, normally a centre, with the throw-in. Krisa again, the tap from Tambua, but it was dangerous.
It's like a game of chess at the moment, John. They're trying each other out.
Yes, they're just sparring, trying to look for strengths and weaknesses. We're waiting for the first big attack. One there by Krisa. Straight through the middle goes the captain, Joubert. And a penalty to the Australians for going over the top at the tackle. Taupiapi. Out to Lynagh. Campese into space. Loops around, but his pass misses Matt Burke.
That was a popular pass with the crowd. They love Campese as much as they love Will Carling.
Van der Westhuizen, the scrum half. But the put-in wasn't straight. And really, each side just giving away possession at the moment. Lynagh to Campese, out to Fenwick. He decides to take contact, and that opens up the gap for David Campese. Looking for the tackler, but again he throws him off with one of those typical little hitch kicks. Still going. Back to John Flett. And Flett's got pace. He's going straight for the posts. He'll get there. No, he won't, but in support, Matt Burke. Good support from Matt Burke there. I thought Flett was going to be able to dive in on this greasy surface, but he was well tackled.
And that all started way back inside the Australian 22, and it was the decision of Hube to actually go for the interception that opened it up for Campese, and this man doesn't need any second beckoning to get down the field. I thought he'd taken the wrong decision there, but again he keeps the ball alive, passes inside, and it's moved well now. And as you say, John, I thought Fleck was going to get there all the way. Momentum could have taken him over, but the support is there, and a superb try.
As the scorer, Matt Burke, Michael Lynagh has added the conversion, so Australia leading 7 points to 0. Andre Joubert. Well taken by Tambua. Liner spots little Topiafi out on the left wing. He's a strong runner. High tackle. Ray Mixon has spotted it, but he's allowing the advantage at the moment. When he sees that Australia are not going to win the ball cleanly, he gives the penalty. Liner. Topiafi. He shakes off the tackler. Cuts inside, but what a good tackle from behind. A lot of the players well aware, Clive, that it's a good tactic to strip the ball away as you tackle.
Yes, excellent, John. If you take the man around his leg on this pitch at the moment, the momentum is going to take him over the try line. Again,
the feed was crooked. And that gives the Australians a penalty just 5 meters out. Dangerous position. Liner. Tambua goes on the dummy run. Fenwick. Topiafi. Now they're going for space, but that really was a telegraph pass, and it was in the air far too long. Little knock forward, though, by the South Africans, so the Wallabies have the put in at the scrum.
Yes, again, it's feeling each other out at this early stage of the game.
Big push before the put-in from the Australians. If they do that again, I think they'll probably be penalised. Campese. Flett, but Campese elects to kick and go. Hacks on. The race is with Frisa. Oh, it's a try. No, it's not. There was a little nudge forward. Flett dived in. But there were 2 knock-ons, says the referee. The first one by South Africa, so the scrum goes to the Australians.
And the Australians must move the ball wide here. I'm sure that Liner and Campo are going to get the old act together.
Big deep heel. It's not a bad thing to do in sevens because it's so messy around the base of the scrum. And Liner was able to pick that up. But the Australians penalised. Ooh, and Burke almost got an interception in there. Half-time, just the 1 score so far. Converted try to Australia. They lead 7-0.
And I think South Africa just need to settle down a little bit. I'm sure that they're feeling a lot of nerves. First big occasion for them with a very new side, John, as you said, a lot of players who are new to international level. And if they just settle, the support work has been excellent with them. They're making the ball available at the tackle situation, and they just need to get the continuity now to move the ball wide to Chester Williams, and we should see a good game.
Yes, there were a lot of turnovers in that first half. First one side and then the other, just giving the ball away without ever really being able to launch an attack themselves. The Australians have the decisive one at the moment. And Michael Liner starts the second half. Ruben Kruger in there. Chris Badenhorst. Joubert, Chester Williams, now they've got support. And Joubert just slows it all down when they really needed to put pace on the ball. Frisa. And a nudge forward, and the whole attack wasted. But there had been a little nudge forward as the Australians tried to intercept as well, so at least South Africa have the put in.
An injection of pace at last in the game. The support work was there, and I agree, John, if Hube had gone the other way, we could well have had the first goal for South Africa.
Topiafi, but a penalty for kicking the ball out of the scrum against the Australians. Frisa. Back comes Kruger. Now there's an overlap. Dick Muir. Badenhorst, but Williams can't take the pass. Little knock forward as Dick Muir goes through. And the Australians breathe again.
That was very unfortunate because Chester Williams was going at the right angle there for the try. He would have been in under the post if the ball had gone to Ham.
Chester Williams brought in after the Hong Kong Sevens to add more pace. Put up by the Australians, Matt Burke. And again, oh, so close. Van der Westhuizen just couldn't hold the pass.
Well, this must be at least 5 or 6 try-scoring opportunities that South Africa have missed, John, and they're going to actually rue the day that they haven't scored if the result stays at this.
And Bob Dwyer looking on anxiously, the Australian coach. Difficult. They went again for the deep heel, but there was nothing else Michael Lynagh could do but just touch it down. So scrum again, 5 metres out, but this time they put in to South Africa. Big push from the Australians this time, ruins the possession. Taupiafi has it. Oh, and Taupiafi is so strong, gets it away, and at last the Australians can get away from that dangerous position on their own line. Fletton Williams. Williams has it, collected that well. And the Australians will now try and hold him up, but South Africa managed to get it back, but Campese is the first to really secure hold of it. John Flett. Badenhorst, though, charges down and catches. Michael Lynagh knocks it down. Williams now with a bit of space. Badenhorst, but a good tackle from Campese.
There were 2 excellent tackles there, firstly by Australia and then by South Africa, to stop the momentum going from both sides.
David Campese, 52 tries in international rugby, 72 caps. Michael Lynagh, 60 caps and 760 points. 2 very, very experienced players. Taupiafi again doing good work. He really has been invaluable to the Australians. Campese inside to Lynagh. Lynagh just makes space for himself, and there's the overlap there now. Taupiafi hands off one man, and in doing so loses the chance to get his pass away. And again the Australians lose possession. Nice little bit of running from Dick Muir. Badenhorst, Michael Lynagh, sorry, it's John Flett. And Dick Muir now hasn't got the pace to get past Lynagh. And the little fumble, it's not a knock-on, says Ray Megson. And Williams, but the pass was forward.
Basic mistakes. They're now being forced to actually run the ball, and instead of keeping the game simple, they're trying to overdo it, John. And at the moment, the luck seems to be going totally with Australia and against South Africa.
Taupiafi again gets in there and wrestles, and the South Africans are penalised for holding the ball on the ground. Dick Muir, the offender there. Two minutes to go, time running out for the South Africans. Michael Lynagh makes ground in the knowledge that he'll also get the throw in at the line out. Ruben Kruger at the front for South Africa. Dieter Kriese from Natal behind him. Fenwick gets the touch, but it's not clean. And penalised, Dieter Kriese. Sorry, it was the Australians who were penalised for obstructing as they tried to stop South Africa getting through on that ball. And a chance now. Andre Givert. Campese's across, but this time he holds on to the ball. A try for South Africa.
At long last, and more than well deserved. They've been putting all the pressure on in the game so far, and if it wasn't for drop passes, etc., and cold hands, ball coming back inside, and the man who's impressed me as well has been Huber, and it's no doubt that this man is going to be pushing, I think, Sareve very close for man of the tournament.
The South African captain, a fullback in 15s, had one cap as a replacement against the World 15 in 1989. played here before at Murrayfield. He played for the Barbarians against Scotland in 1991. But he misses the conversion, so South Africa are still 2 points behind.
And here you see the experience of the Australians. They're not rushing to kick off, John. They've played enough Hong Kong sevens to know, take your time, leave the watch run down.
Well, I think Ray Mixon's going to rule there's just time to restart. We're right on time now. And Michael Lynagh kicks it long. I think he was hoping to kick it dead. South Africa can't afford to touch it down. They've got to go for it straight from here. They're through the first line of defence. They've got to keep it going. There's room and there's support over here on the right. They've got to go all the way. Now can this man do it? Ruben Kruger. Oh, and the fumble. And that's it. Australia have held on. It was a lot to ask in these conditions, but South Africa had their chances. And really, they were their own worst.